by the Soviets. We'll return to our live coverage from Chiasson right after we pause for this message. Well, we had a real skirmish just moments ago following a face-off. It all started when Sanipass and Shesterikov collided. Now the two of them have got their helmets off, and Sanipass and Shesterikov are going at it. The two of them flailing away at each other, and they're going to be gone. Now we have Fleury. I think that closest with the player on and another battle. And you don't see this in international hockey. You just don't see players getting their helmets off and fighting because fighting is automatically extra. Now it's Keane. He's going at it with Zelepukin, Fleury, and Kotichkin are battling. Oh, is Keane ever going to? He has left the Soviet player, and now Sanipass is back at it again. Sanipass has crossed the line. He has reached the player Shesterikov. Everyone's on you. I've never seen this in international play.
Never. This is the breakdown.
hockey.
This is unbelievable.
Going at
There's
it.
two guys on the Canadian player here. There's two guys on him.
And now one of the Soviet players. Oh, Smirnov just kneed one of the Canadian players in the neutral zone. The goaltenders are now going at it. This is terrible.
This is unbelievable. This has never been seen in international hockey before.
International hockey. The way these players are going at it.
Goalies are going
Even
at
the
it. Everybody.
goaltenders are fighting. John Simpson has the Soviet goaltender down. And there's no way they can restore order here.
There's
The linesmen,
absolutely no way. As a matter of fact, they don't know how to deal with it even.
they don't know how to
There's-
deal with a situation like this.
Huh. This
Now,
is
some
an
of the
unbelievable
Canadian
scene.
players are trying to maintain order. There are
This
fights
is
all over the ice.
pandemonium here. Completely just...
Now, I don't know what they're going to do. Keane is ready to go again with Zelepukin. There you see Shawn Simpson. He has the backup goaltender down.
This
This all started with Sanipass and his check on Shesterikov. But I don't know how they're going to
players first.
continue this game because in international hockey, according to the rules, this is not permitted. But what a skirmish.
This is
And
far
some of
from
them are
over
still
yet.
ready to go at it. And now Sanipass comes in. He's ready to go with anybody. Sanipass hasn't even removed his glove. He's hitting anybody around. He still has his gloves on.
This is far from over now. They're putting the lights down.
Now Elynuik is involved with Konstantinov. They're trying to turn the lights off, and they've turned them off. They have
Shut
turned
the lights down in order to control the play. The referees are going
But
off
that's
the
not
ice.
going to
line.
solve anything. They turned the lights off in the arena, but that isn't going to solve anything. They're still fighting. I've never seen anything like this. Even in the National Hockey League, I can't recall as many real fights taking place. Most times, it is just a pushing and shoving battle. But right here, they are flailing away at each other. Everybody paired off. Usually, you see them grabbing each other and just hanging on. But not here. They paired off and they really went at it. Now,
There's
Steve Nimitz is trying to get the players back to defensive. Now, they might just have to call this game.
Yes, there's no question about it. There's utter pandemonium out here and complete disorganization.
The officials have left the ice. The officials have gone off the ice.
The
The ice, of course, is littered with equipment.
Now,
And the fans here in the building are shouting, "We want hockey."
it's going to take some complete reorganization. There'll be some committee work going on and some meetings. I see the officials down there now in the penalty box area are calling for the officials of the tournament to how to deal with it. You'll notice the clock's been shut off. The clock's been shut off and set back to 0.
Now, I don't know which team was the first to leave the bench. I was watching the action down in the corner involving Sanipass, but I think Canada may have been the first off the bench.
No, I don't want to sound like a homer, but I think when the fight was on, the one Russian player jumped out over, and he was just about 4 or 5 feet, was on the ice at least, and then the Canadians came.
Well, one Soviet player may have been the first on the ice, but the entire Canadian bench then came out.
The fans are yelling, no fighting, hockey, 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 and it'll be interesting how they specifically deal with this problem right now. There's no officials on the ice to handle it.
The officials went off the ice. Fortunately, the players themselves stopped the fighting, and now they are going to the bench. Now, I don't know what the international rule book calls for in this situation. It's never happened.
Oh, no, as a matter of fact, I think there's going to be some decisions after, because based on the fighting rules you talked about, Don, if there's a fighting rule, hey, they all have to go. I know Steve Nemeth just went in where the referees are to get the referees.
I wouldn't be surprised if the game is over. I wouldn't be at all surprised if the game is called.
Well, I know that there's no question that they're going to, that this is held in international rules and international pros held and discussed. And without question, this is a precedent that we've never seen. I see Steve Nemeth is coming back now after talking to the officials and the referee, and we'll get some kind of a position on it.
Well, we have to wait and see what the decision is going to be. The officials have not yet returned to the ice.
Oh, the interesting thing is that those of us from Canada are even as overwhelmed as anybody here, because we weren't expecting. You're never going to expect it and never expect to see it. It'll be interesting to see how they deal with it.
Hawgood has gone off to the dressing room. The players trying to sort out their equipment. But something like this has just never happened in international hockey.
No question.
The other night in the game between Canada and the U.S., when the Canadian player Chiasson was ejected along with Hartman of the U.S. team, they were suspended for 1 game. Now the players are going off the ice. The players are leaving the ice. Fred Walker is down at the Canadian bench. Fred, what's happening?
Everett, Sanipass, you were the first one involved in that fracas on the other side of the ice. What happened?
No, I guess we was just a bit too aggressive there. Well, they've been at us all through the game, and I think we took a bit too much, and I think I was going to settle it down a bit. I wasn't expecting for the other guys to do it, but I didn't really expect that at all.
The Soviet responded, though.
Yes, yeah, they did. It's just. I just thought maybe the guys would get more confidence on them, because they were picking us and everything. I was just trying to, settle them down a bit.
Well, now you have to go to the dressing room. We're going to try and see whether we can find out something from the coaches later, but when the whole thing erupted over there, it was just you and the Soviet player. What got the other started?
I don't really know. I was just paying close attention to the guy that I was with. I really don't know how it all started. I mean, how the other was started.
Okay, they are looking for you now back at the dressing room, because everybody's heading back there for a brief rest, and I guess of talking to them, the coaching staff. Calm down. There's still a period and a half remaining in this game. Okay.
But journalistically, I think it is right to go back and take a look at where it appeared that this fight started. If we can roll that videotape.
Well,
Don Cherry, let's have one more look at the incident which happened about 45 minutes ago.
I don't know where you say appeared, Brian. I don't know where you get that. Look, we've cleaned the ice and everything, but we're going. Now watch, they're going in the corner here, and while they get a roll, I'm just saying, Canadian kids will not take what comes up. We've been brought up not with a slap in the face and a punch in the nose. We do not take stuff like this. Now what? He didn't do anything. He just went to the guy, watch him get up and punch him with a nice left right to the thing. Now, who started the fight? Now, what are you supposed to do?
Right.
Since we're 3 or 4 years old, we do not take punches in the mouth like that.
All right, calm down. Let's keep the
And by the way, wait a minute, keep the, yeah, okay, we're going to see it again. And by the way, when we went off this here the last time, I told you Gunnar Schmunner would give us, and we'd come out in the short end. Did I not say that? Everybody was talking, the game was
going. Not a matter of coming out in the short end. Both teams should be thrown out of the
I'm not talking about that. Whose fault is it? I'm getting here black mark because, you know, Canada will get blamed for this.
Templeton and the Canadian team knew they had to win by at least 5 goals to take the gold medal, and that was not going to be easy against the Soviets. From the opening face-off, this game was chippy. Almost every whistle produced pushing and shoving matches that threatened to get out of hand. But Canada managed to play some hockey as well. Mike Keane set up Theoren Fleury, and that gave Canada a quick 1-0 lead. The Soviets tied it less than a minute later, but Dave Latta of the Kitchener Rangers came up with a great individual effort, and this made it 2-1 Canada. Late in the period, the Soviets gave it away, and once more, it is Fleury capitalizing again. A great individual move, and Canada led 3-1 after 1. Canada was leading 4-2 midway through the second period. Then, a major brawl broke out. All 10 skaters involved. Surprisingly, the bench is empty, and everyone paired off. The officials finally gave up and left the ice. At one point, all the lights in the rink were turned off, but that didn't help either. Tournament officials huddled for close to 30 minutes and then decided to call the game. The final score, Canada nothing, the Soviets nothing. Both teams disqualified from the World Junior Championship. All previous points taken away, and no medals of any color for Canada.
Now, the Donnybrook cost the Canadians any chance they had at a medal, as both they and the Soviets were disqualified. However, Eagleson believes things might have gone differently if the Russians were in the running for a medal.
Canada's out.
Despite that, however, Eagleson feels that the committee had no other choice but to disqualify both teams.
The rules.
Eagleson also feels that the fight won't have any impact on Rendezvous 87, although it has set an important precedent for future junior hockey tournaments.
One thing it will have an impact on, though, is on all teams participating in international hockey, particularly World Championship tournaments. Our players now will know for sure, if there was any doubt before, that don't get in a fight. And
brawl between the Russian and Canadian teams lasted over 20 minutes. It began early when the Norwegian referee ignored continuous high stick, and then in the second period, both benches emptied and players fought all over the ice, going at it. Watch the goalies here. The 3 officials skated off the ice, allowing all of this to continue. After a while, the lights were even turned off in an attempt at holding the battle. Finally, 20 minutes after it all began, the players skated to their dressing rooms. A meeting of the International Ice Hockey Federation was called quickly, and the tournament was canceled. Canada could have won the gold medal with a 5-goal victory in this game. The Russian team was out of the medal race before it all began. Both of those teams were disqualified.